What's up everybody, I'm Michael and welcome back to the series about the new scrapyard. So it's been a little while since we've been over here working, and since we've been gone we've discovered a couple things. I actually met a gentleman that used to work here and help run the place, and what he actually told me is whenever they would clean up the yard and scrape up all the dirt and everything, they would come and dump it right over here behind me. So this was like their dirt pile with a little bit of metal and trash and stuff in it. So after he told me that, I came over here and investigated, found that there was a little bit of trash in the dirt. So we decided to go ahead and screen it and start fresh. That way that there's completely nothing in the ground at all over here. So to do that, I'm using this old Case track loader here behind me. I use that to kind of just dig up the ground and loosen it up. And then I use the skid steer that you guys have seen in the other videos to kind of pile it up and keep it clean. So that's the easy part. And then from there, we take it and run it through a screen machine, which I'm getting ready to take you to go see. And that will separate out anything solid and get us back down to clean dirt, and then we'll start fresh. So let's go take a look at that machine. So the screen machine we're going to use is over there in the background to screen all this dirt and get the debris out of it. So basically at every scrapyard you're always going to have some dirt build up, and in that dirt you'll have a little bit of scrap and some plastic and trash that you ultimately have to do something with. And so to be responsible, we go ahead and screen it, get it back down to clean dirt. And the cool thing about it is you actually can get some value out of it, some valuable metal. So just for example, you can see where I've scraped the ground here and piled the dirt up behind me that we're getting ready to run. And just out of there, I mean, you got things like this coil spring. This is an alternator out of a car, so that actually has some good scrap value. Just some regular scrap steel. And then, you know, there's stuff like plastic, and that's a bike seat. So once we run it through there, we'll get it separated out in between scrap and trash. The trash will go to the landfill and the scrap will get sold for scrap. Let's walk over there and take a look at the screener. All right, so this is an Orbit screen machine behind me here. It's made to sift topsoil dirt, but in our application, we're just trying to get the solids out of the dirt. So basically, I'll take that track skid steer and I'll dump bucket loads of dirt right here into the top hopper. There's a chain conveyor in there that will push it down into the screen, and that thing spins. The solids come out this side discharge conveyor, and anything small enough to go through the screen will come out the back up there. But as you can see, I've already done a couple test runs just to see how good it'll work. And there's a lot of good stuff in here, like that's a brass valve, an electric motor, and then of course anything big enough is going to come through, so you still get rocks and debris, brush, anything like that. But we'll further separate this at the other scrap yard and sell all the valuables out of there. Then on this other discharge conveyor, you can basically see that's where all the small stuff comes out. It's pretty much only dirt. There is some gravel and some little pieces of plastic and stuff that will fall through the screen. But after we get the majority of it done, we'll change the screen size in the machine. We've got stuff that goes down to a lot smaller, and we'll be able to get all the rest of those solids out of there to where it's just dirt. As you can see, the screen machine makes quick work of that dirt, and all we got left to run is this pile you can see here behind me. Before I get started next time, I'm actually going to move the screen closer to the pile so I don't have to travel as far with the skid steer. And then you saw that the hopper got full pretty quickly, so I'm going to bring a roll-off dumpster with me next time. That way I can either dump the dump hopper into it every time it gets full, or I can just put the dumpster underneath that conveyor belt and it can discharge directly into that. But as soon as we get the rest of this done, we're going to lay gravel down on this entire side of the yard, start moving the cars down here and put them in rows for the junkyard, and then we'll be pretty much ready to open on the junkyard side. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'll try to get an update as quick as I can, and we'll see you next time.